up, guys? Another day, another unboxing, and this time we are gonna unbox Magic Cube Studios Rengoku. As you can see, guys, we have a few boxes lined up ready for us to unbox. Around 7 boxes ready to be unboxed and to be displayed. So our display cabinet is filling up pretty nicely, and I'll have to fix this LED strip right here. And this is our cafe. So now we are gonna unbox Magic Cube Studios Rengoku, and let's begin. So guys, this is what the art box looks like. So it's a simple portrait of Rengoku, and that's it for the art box. And I'd like to mention to you guys that for a Magic Cube statue, this one is pretty heavy, unlike the other Magic Cube statues that we've already unboxed, namely this I guess this Tamayo. This one is super light, and compared to this Rengoku, this one is super heavy. So I'm excited to see why it is that heavy. I'm guessing it's because of the whirlpool effect, the clear resin fire whirlpool thing. But let's see. So here is the styro, and as you could see, it is a pretty solid and pretty nicely built styro packaging, and they also have this nice logo on their Velcro strap. First time I've seen on a Magic Cube Studio where they displayed their logo on the Velcro. So they stepped up their packaging for this Rengoku statue. And let's see what's inside. Okay, so since this is a Magic Cube Studio statue, or normally for unlicensed statue companies, they do not provide assembly manual, instruction manual, and more so the parts tagging on the manual. So for this, we are going to take time to record the parts positioning on the styro for reboxing purposes. Okay guys, so I just made a stupid mistake during the unboxing, and I opened the styro the wrong way up. That's why you could see that the parts are not on their proper places, because the styro was opened the wrong side up. That's why it is like this. So I couldn't really show you guys the exact positioning of the individual parts on the styro. But at least, if you wanna still use this as a reference, you could just reference where these individual parts are, then just reverse it, or however you might want to use this. But anyway, I guess it's because the box does not show where the top part is or the bottom part is. So I just made a random guess, and I guessed wrongly, and this is the result. So anyway, let's begin with the assembly. So this here is the base. You could see that this is not I could tell that this is not as nicely detailed as I would expect in comparison with other studios like the Yo-Yo Studios, or even their this one, which has fairly decent but not as realistically detailed or intricately detailed as, like, say for example, this Inosuke where they did a nice. This is from TNT Studio Inosuke. So they took time to detail the wood nicely, the texturing for this Yo-Yo Studio Zenitsu. You could see the very nice detailing on the spider parts, the texturing on their clothes. But Magic Cube doesn't seem to really pay attention to the fine details of their statues. Like, for example, this grass, the texturing of the trees or other parts, it's not as nicely detailed compared to other studios. Even more so for this Rengoku. So even just the base, you could see how they did the lava. It's super cartoonish, very sloppy. Look at how they did the fire emblem here. This one, it looks super sloppy, like a kindergarten drew it. So it's not really very nice as compared to other studios. So let's see the other parts for this one. So as expected, this resin, this fire resin is mix up almost the entire weight of the statue because it's fairly heavy, and still it is not as finely detailed as other manufacturers. It's still not as good. So I am really getting disappointed more and more with this statue. So let's try the other parts. So this is the fire dragon's head. You could see the eyes here. I'm not sure why he has a white eyeliner around his eyes. So this is how the head looks like. Okay guys, so this is how the Rengoku statue from Magic Cube Studio looks like. And this is kinda really a disappointing statue for me due to some, as I've mentioned earlier, some not really nicely done details, and there's really nothing much for me to be impressed about with this statue except for this, I guess, this huge whirlpool. I forgot what kind of breathing form this is, but this is really the only thing that's going on with this Rengoku statue. And also there are two parts which I couldn't figure out where it goes, because there are only two parts left, and there are also only two holes left. So it should be a no-brainer that these two parts should go into these two holes, but as you could see, this one doesn't really go here, and I've already checked with the other parts. It seems all the other parts fit into their holes perfectly. So I was kinda expecting that this should go perfectly, because it's a no-brainer that there's no other holes that fits this peg except for this one, but it doesn't fit. And also for this one, the whirlpool effects should go onto each hose, and they did already, and each effect seems to fit perfectly, and there's only one hole that should fit this peg, which goes around here, but for some reason it's a different polarity, because it doesn't magnetize, it repels. As you can see, it repels. So I'm not sure whether it is me or it's really studio assembly mistake, but I think we could live without these two parts. It doesn't really affect the display because it's mostly on the back part. So anyway, as usual, to complete this statue, we put on the head last. And as you may have noticed, this is kind of unboxing because I did not bother. Also this one, I didn't bother giving a detailed review on how well individual parts are, because there's nothing really to complement for this statue. So this holster I couldn't figure out how to fit this holster onto this body. There should be a magnet here, but it doesn't stick. Definitely there's something that should make it stick there, but it's not as easy as it should. Also, there should be a hole here to fit the sword if it's sheathed, but there's none. So these are the small details that should make a nice statue, but they missed it. So for this one, I just put it somewhere randomly here, and you could see how bad they did the face sculpt. So you can see the blood work here. So it's the first time that I saw an orange blood. So they did really bad. So you could see the coloring for the eyes. Look how sloppy they did the colors around the eyes and the eyebrows. So I guess I could say that the only saving grace for this statue is its light up feature, which I will show you in a bit. So let's see the light up feature. So guys, this is how this Rengoku statue lights up. So this is the only saving grace for this statue because it's one of the nicest light up feature for a Demon Slayer statue. You could see how well the dragon lights up, and a swirling electricity effect around the dragon, and you could see how nice Rengoku's silhouette is in front of the light up, especially if you darken the setting of your camera. So this is the only saving grace for this statue. Otherwise, the small details is just horrendous. So this is the back part of the statue during the light up. So this would make a nice desk lamp, a nice table lamp for those looking to use it as such. So anyway guys, again, this is Magic Cube Studio's Rengoku, and I could say that this is one of the worstly detailed Rengoku statue. And there are other studios that I've heard a lot of nice things about, especially the LX Studio, but it's more of a diorama piece. So pose-wise, concept-wise, it is a really nice statue. It's just that the execution and the details is just poorly done by the I guess the factory. So if only they paid good attention to the small details that makes up the entire statue, this would have been one of the best Rengoku statue out there. So unfortunately they did not. So instead of being one of the best, it is one of the, I guess, not worst, but in the bottom middle of the options for a Rengoku resin statue. So anyway, this is still a nice display from afar. Just don't expect to be impressed when you try to check the small details closely. So again guys, this is Magic Cube Studio's Rengoku statue. So as you could see, a bit more to unbox already out from the storage, because we are here it is, because we are trying to double time the display of our cafe, because we still have a lot more to display to fill up all these spaces in our cabinet. So watch out for the unboxing of a few more pieces over here, and see you on the next unboxing.